How you doing, everybody? This is Maccabeus Everyday Survival. I hope everybody's doing well out there. I'm doing really good. Ain't got no complaints. Pretty pleased in life. But I'm gonna do a VR today to Joe Fox over at Viking Preparedness. He done a video. It's called A Rock's Throw Away, and it was about having your crew in one area where all over you can see each other's houses. How you're not really taking things serious if you're not set up to where you can see each other's houses. And I tend to agree with him. I've told this story before on here, and well, let me start over. In 2006, I had a hog killing. It was after I'd moved to this little hamlet on a river, and Joe Fox came to the hog killing. It was open to the internet. I had a few people come from mostly around Missouri, Kansas area, and so Joe Fox has heard this story before. In 2001, me and my first wife had a place way up a mud road, way out in the middle of nowhere. We had no neighbors within earshot. The nearest neighbor was probably 2 to 3 miles away. I walked out on the front porch one day, standing there and looked out over these rolling hills and fields, and about a half mile away there's a tree line, and I just got to thinking how easy it would be for somebody to be sitting over there in them trees and snipe me off, and come over and capture my wife and my goats, rape them all, do whatever marauders do. And I wasn't comfortable with it at all. I've been a survivalist since 1984, and that's kind of the mantra in survivalist communities before it was rebranded to prepper. And it's real big with preppers, you know, how you need to be way up away from everybody to survive. And I don't think you're thinking things through on a graduate level. Joe Fox points that out. Many people aren't at graduate level. They're still, some are at kindergarten, some at elementary, some at high school, and some of us are already at college level. And I live in a little hamlet on a river. There's less than 50 people here, maybe 20 houses within a mile of a mile radius, maybe twice that within 2 mile radius. And that was the main reason I moved here, was for the security of it all. I checked this place out real good and knew who most of the neighbors were. And when I moved here, it's a very pro 2A community. About everybody raises a garden in cans. Some people have some small livestock. We've got a couple of RNs here. We've got combat veterans here. I won't go through it all, but there's a good skill set here, and we're neighbors. I've been here for going on 24 years, and we're neighbors. We know how each other's going to react in bad situations. I've seen people's kids die here. I've seen families fall apart here, and I know how people are going to react versus like people you meet on the internet. You can put on a pretty good show for a weekend, or you know, a short get together, and everything sounds pretty good, things seem to be all right, but you never really know how other people are going to react in a really bad situation. And I'm very thankful for where I am. I'm glad I made the choice that I made. One of the guys that was at that hog killing that I was referring to when Joe Fox came, he was very critical of my whole setup and the neighbors and all this. And these aren't neighbors like from suburbia. These aren't neighbors from even like a 5,000 population town. I think you're better off near a town or a little hamlet. I prefer the little hamlet setup. It's right on a river. Got a good water supply. One of the neighbors, when I moved here, he owns most of the land around here. He averages 100 head of cattle, and for me, I think it's a real good setup. Joe Fox, he made some pretty good points in his video, and I would encourage everybody to go watch his video. It's time's running out, people, and I think a lot of people on the internet need to start taking things a little more serious. And there's nothing that you have to be afraid of. Joe covered the when the CV happened, and I locked my gate January 28th, a week after the first case hit Seattle, and I didn't go anywhere for about 4 months. And I know there was other people. There's my gate. I know there's other people, but me and Fox and Bear are the only three main ones I know of that lock their places down. And just in case it was something bad. I've done the same thing in 2014, I believe it was, when the Ebola was starting to show up, and we got a few cases here in the U.S. And I told the guys I worked with, and I think there was probably about 4 or 5 cases here when I finally said, all right, guys, have a good one. I came home, I quit my job, and I don't get caught in echo chambers, and don't get fooled just because they brought a less than real one to us, that the next one will be less than real. Maybe that's what they want you to think, and so you don't protect yourself. It's important as a survivalist to have pandemic protocols. And I ain't trying to spread no fear on you. I'm just talking some reality to you. I think that's all I got. Y'all stay safe and you have a good day.